say, I'm going to give a name and you say hands off. Al Aqsa!
Hands off!
Gaza!
Hands off!
Palestine!
Hands off!
Al Aqsa!
Hands off!
Gaza!
Hands off!
Palestine!
Hands off!
Al Aqsa!
Hands off!
Gaza!
Hands off!
Palestine!
Hands off!
Al Aqsa!
Hands off!
Palestine!
Hands off!
Gaza!
Hands off!
Al Aqsa!
Hands off!
Gaza!
Hands off!
Palestine!
Hands off!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Ferguson to Palestine!
Occupation is a crime!
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 No justice! No peace! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Said no justice!
No peace!
Said no justice!
No peace!
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 No racist!
Police!
No justice!
No peace!
No racist!
Police!
No justice!
No peace!
No racist!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
All right.
I could
So
use
we're
one of those
here-
sheets.
We're here to
got a spare one?
protest the atrocities happening in Al
I do too, but a couple of them.
We're here to protest the continuing atrocities in the occupation of Palestine. The recent events in East Jerusalem show that the cycle of violence is continuing. And these cycles of violence will continue to happen as long as the occupation continues. So we're going to ask people to come up and talk about why they're here and talk about what's been going on, what's moved them to come out, and what moves you to keep organizing around Palestine.
Sammy.
Most of you here know who I am. My name is Sammy Adowd. I'm a member of PSG. This last summer really brought together an entire community here in Columbus of all walks of faith and ethnicity, which really is a symbolic representation of the world stance on the issues of Palestine. You have, if you look around here, there's Jewish Voice for Peace, Palestinian Solidarity Group, Boycott, Divest, Sanction. You got CJP. You got an entirety of there's the diversity is endless. My point is that even though the issue is Palestine, it is not limited to only Palestinians. Anybody who cares about humanity, humanity in general, it doesn't define you as Palestinian. Pro-Palestinians come from in Europe, South America, governments, not ours, unfortunately, not yet, but governments have been taking a stance on the issue, not just people. But it started with us. It started with the people putting pressure and raising awareness to inspire their governments to do so. So we are doing what other countries have been doing for as long as we have been, but their governments are more susceptible to, what they're saying, the public opinion. So the fact that Israel may have stopped bombing Gaza just for PR reasons, to try to, put a hush to activists like us from organizing, that's not going to stop us. That's not going to stop us because the violation of human rights continues to happen every day. Al Aqsa is the symbol of worship in Palestine. Not only is this a big deal to Muslims in Palestine, but symbolically it is a violation of religious freedom. Now, imagine your favorite church, your favorite synagogue, your favorite place of worship was under occupation and stormed by military forces with guns, tear gas, shouting at you, beating you up, kicking your family out, beating up women, harassing people, just so they can keep people oppressed and keep them from worshiping. Because when you take everything, water, electricity, education, and when you try to take everything from a group of people, all they have left is their spirituality. That's all they have left. So you're going after the only thing that really makes these people feel free. Once you do that, you're instigated. You have crossed lines. You have asked for retaliation.
Crushed hope.
You can no longer tell the world that you are a victim of Palestinian terrorism and suicide bombings. You can no longer pull that card. You have stepped over line after line after line, and I say that as if killing 500 children over the course of 2 months is not enough. That enough is crossing the biggest line. You want peace with your neighbors? You need to cross other lines. You need to cross a line that says, I'm willing to meet you halfway. You are my brothers and sisters from another walk. We need to come together in order to achieve peace. If I want to achieve peace with my brothers here, I'm not going to punch them in the face and demand that they be okay with that. That's not peace. That's not peace. That's domination. That's domination, and that's control, that's occupation. That is definitively, to me, what is happening in Palestine. The Palestinians, for years, have been resisting oppression, whether it be economic, whether it be humanitarian. But the problem that people face in Palestine today is that Palestine is divided. Gaza, which is a tiny 122 square mile piece of land, is completely separated from the rest of Palestine. So if you have family in the other side of Palestine, you can't go and see them. So imagine if I'm growing up and my best friends or my best cousins, I can't go see them anymore. And I'm in the West Bank, but I know that in Gaza, they're getting bombed to the ground. Schools were being bombed, houses, hospitals. Dr. Mads Gilbert, who I had the pleasure of meeting, he's a hero in all aspects of what a hero means today. He risked his life. He's a Norwegian doctor. Risked his life to go and work and assist in the medical units there in Gaza during the hardest bombings. The Palestinians say the hardest bombings they've ever endured. He risked his life to go there, and he says, as an eyewitness, I've never seen children targeted like this. He said when the ambulances rolled up, there were 5 or 6 children stacked upon each other, some of them missing limbs. He showed us pictures in the presentation that we attended. In those pictures, you saw the despair in the eyes of the children. Now, mind you, children are innocent. Children grow up believing in the boogeyman and the Easter Bunny and stuff like that. Children are innocent, and they don't understand why they are subject to such violence. They don't understand it. And you see the confusion and the despair in those eyes with the tears, blood-soaked sheets in the hospital bed. That can break any grown man's heart. And you looked around the room, everybody was crying. We weren't even in Gaza, if you can imagine how they felt during those times of hardship. He said that he was going to spare us the pictures of the decapitated children and the babies that came in mortified. So ask yourself, as an American taxpayer, ask yourself, if you are okay with 3.1 billion of your tax dollars funding this genocide. Are you okay with that?
Nope.
Because here at home, police brutality is at an all-time high. Okay? The task force and the DEA home raids are at an all-time high. With that, you have violence that precedes that. Now, you can't expect to have peace when your homes and your places of worship and your places of comfort, if you will, are being intruded. You know, your comfort is being sacrificed. It's being compromised. You do not worry about daily life like work and how you're going to do your hair when you're worrying about something to eat and how you're going to get to your next meal. So when you limit these people to the absolute bottom, you are asking for a retaliation. You are asking to see what's happening in Mexico right now. You are asking to see what happened in Brazil during the World Cup. You're asking to see what happened around the entire world during the bombing of Gaza, whether it was Europe, South America, the Middle East, Asia. You are asking for people to rise up because all that matters is what's important, that next meal, protecting family, in order to have your comfort and have your peace. You can't make peace with somebody else if you're fighting for your own peace. You have to achieve your own peace first, and if you don't have the space to achieve those means, you have to fight for that. And that's what you're seeing. So don't ever undermine someone's resistance as violence and as a violent group of angry mob of protesters. That is not what people in Ferguson are aiming to achieve, and that is not what we are aiming to achieve. Violence is what we're protesting.
That's right. We're
protesting the violence. So how are we violent? Two wrongs don't make a right. So you don't see us out here doing the same thing. There's nobody here that is armed. There's nobody here that has any sort of violent intent. And that is what I want everybody out on the sidewalks to know, is that we're tired of that. We're tired of being shot at. We're tired of being profiled. We're tired of being accused, hit with a pretext before you can even speak. That has to end. And that has to end with a collective of understanding from all peoples. White, black, Asian, yellow, purple, polka dotted. I don't care where you come from, and I don't care what you believe in. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants their own peace. And that's what it comes down to. So when you see the issue of Al Aqsa, and you see the tear gas, and you see the crowds of people praying in the street, it's because they don't have the freedom to pray where they feel comfortable. They don't have the freedom to live where they feel comfortable. They don't have the freedom to access of water. They don't have the freedom to access of electricity. You gotta fight for those, and the fight comes first. If it's not given to you, you take it. That is not a secret. Everybody knows that. My name is Sammy Adal. I was born here in America. My father is Palestinian. My mother is Scandinavian. We're all American. I was born here. My point is that it doesn't matter where you're from. If you care about human life and you value your own, you should value somebody else's. And that's why I stand up for Palestine, and not only Palestine, but all oppressed people across the entire globe. So I just want to thank everybody who came out and everybody who's listening on the sidewalks. I hope you walk away with something, because we're out here. We're going to be out here next year. When it gets nice out, we're going to be here every few weeks. So get used to seeing us, and we'd love to see some new faces. Don't be shy. We welcome all folks. So come on down. Thank you.
Free Palestine!
Free, 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 free Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free! Sneak through there.
Big shout out to my brother, Sammy Dawood. I'm proud of you, man. Guys, I just want to, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Bilal Yusuf. Like my brother Sammy, I'm also born here in America. I'm not here as an angry Arab or a mad Muslim. I'm here as a concerned American citizen. I'm concerned where my tax dollars are going. Here where we enjoy religious freedom, there are a group of people, the Palestinian people, who've had everything stolen from them. They've had their children stolen from them, their security, their dignity, their livelihood. They're living in the worst conditions. I wouldn't call it an open-air prison. I would call it hell on earth. I myself lost family in Gaza in 2014 and 2012. The youngest person who was killed was a 4-month girl. I don't think she had any ideologies. I didn't think she even knew it was coming.
It's a shame, man.
So I want to say to everybody here, you enjoy the right to believe whatever you believe, to worship wherever you worship, but there are people who don't even have that. They took our country, our land, Palestine. It's under occupation since 1948. And they've been taking steps, and they're taking more desperate steps to take our holiest mosque. Even if you're not Muslim, even if you're an atheist, you should be concerned that we're going to be dragged into and instigated into a religious war that nobody wants. We all lose. We'll hear things like tensions are high, but we don't really understand why tensions are high. I want you to imagine that someone told you that because of your age, you're not 50 years or older, you can't go pray in the mosque, in the church, in the temple, in the synagogue. And then imagine that they just banned you completely. And then imagine that there was fires in there and your holy books were desecrated. Imagine that was here in Columbus, Ohio. What would you do? I know what I would do. And that's why I'm here for my peace. Because there's something that is no one can steal from us. It's not tangible, you can't touch it. It's that inner peace. I find peace from being here and being able to educate and inform, because you're not going to hear it in Channel 10, you're not going to hear it in Fox News, you're not going to hear it in CNN. But I'm here to tell you that we're being robbed here in America. Our tax dollars are funding the genocide, the massacres, the occupation, the brutal ethnic cleansing, because that's what it is. They want everyone to leave Palestine. They want people to say there is no holy land for Muslims. It doesn't belong to them. There is no Al Aqsa Mosque. What is that? Well, we're here to say it is, and you can't wipe it off of history. We're not going to let you wipe it out of history. And we're going to expose and show the world what you've done in Gaza, in Ramallah, in Akka, in the over 500 villages that were wiped out in 1948. Akka, the village my grandparents were kicked out of, in May 13 of 1948. Zionist Israelis came in dressed as Arabs, and they didn't ask any questions. They didn't knock on the door and say, what are your beliefs? What are your ideas, your hopes or dreams? They shot and killed, and they forced people to leave with nothing but what they were carrying on their shoulders. My grandfather was approached, and he had an assault rifle pointed to his kneecaps, and they jokingly asked him, which kneecap do you want to keep? This is the brutality that we're protesting. That's why we're here. And that's why we'll be here until the occupation ends. This isn't just something that we come out when 2,500 people are killed in 50 days. We don't just come out when there's genocide in Gaza. We come